Hey, what's going on, guys? Just get started here in a second. Let's make sure everything's up to date. Should be good here. New stream. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Just make sure with the tech folks that it's working. Awesome, awesome. Just gonna give everyone a few minutes here. Let me quickly make an announcement. Live on YouTube right now. Bear with me. I know it's Friday. Everyone wants to get out of here. Come join. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry it takes a little bit to get cooking here, but just got to make sure everyone joins here. You know, we have a lot of young folks, a lot of old school, so we've got to get everyone involved. Everyone's important to me here. 1 second. If you haven't subscribed, here we go. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button on the link. We're going to be getting into it shortly. Good trading day, guys. Great market bounce back day, honestly. SPY, Dow, large funds coming in with some block buys on large tech names. PLTR saw a nice day, 10-11% there at peak. UPST, crazy breakout, 20-21%. You know, we went long in the low 90s there. You even had an opportunity to end the 80s. Coin had an interesting day, kind of flushed out towards the lunchtime. IHT held around for 4 days here in that range. It'll be an interesting watch for next week. I'll be covering that one today as well. And the big play today for us and the team, if you're subscribed to the Discord, if you get the premium alerts, was ticker RIOT. We had in the 20s, low 20s, 20, 22, 23, 24. And we saw a massive breakout on that name today. So, a lot of volatility there. So I'm really looking forward to obviously the weekend, but nonetheless, studying next week. So I'm pretty excited. It'll be a fun time. So here we go. I'm going to, without further ado, we'll get into it. I know these are recorded. So there's basically 3 things I want to cover in today's session. And I think it's going to be valuable for everyone, which is great. So realistically, hold on, let me get this going here. Silly Discord. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Hopefully everyone can see okay as well. So I'm going to cover 3 different things. As mentioned, we were in a sort of a bear tackling market there. Things were winding down, a lot of selling pressure. Then we saw some big buyers woke up today, which is phenomenal. Why is notification still coming on? Do not disturb on. There we go. Awesome. So we saw a lot of buyers come in today across global markets, which is great. So realistically here, I want to kind of run through 3 different things. I'm going to run through 3 different tickers. First ticker is RIOT. Second ticker is IHT, and the third ticker is Coin, large cap. So I'm going to kind of run through 1 med cap, 1 small cap, 1 large cap company. And so how I'm going to run through that is I'm going to do standard support and resistances. I'm going to run through where you want to buy, where you want to sell. I'm also going to cover, if you were taking a short mentality, where you'd want to short. Now, I know there's been tons of questions on shorting itself. In my mind, in my world, there's 2 different types of shorts. One, you have a short where you want to short intraday, aka there's a stock that's super overbought. It's flying through the moon. It's going to potentially have a pullback soon, either later in the day or tomorrow or maybe the end of the week. You want to add a short position. That is the smart technical type of short. We also have other types of shorts where you have like the shorts on, GameStop or AMC, these large money funds who want to short this thing to zero for no reason. Maybe they have fundamental issues with the stock, shareholder value, whatever it may be. Those are sort of just shorts that they just go long on. They want to bring the stock down to zero. So there's really two different types of shorts. So you have this, really the technical shorts, and I short from time to time during the day on large names. If there's pressure in the market, easy to pick up 2, 3, 4, 5%. And it's an advantage. For those who do not have margin, if you're on cash, right? If you have $1,000 account, $500 account, $10,000 account, and you're not on margin, your brokerage most likely will not allow you to take a short position because of the mitigated risk on their end, right? They don't want you to short a stock. It goes 100, 200%, you lose all your money, then you owe them a margin call, becomes a whole mess, right? So my suggestion is, in a bear market, in a bear sort of, if a stock is if a ticker is gonna, maybe has bad news, right? Maybe it's a biotech, they didn't get FDA approval or they got rejected, right? And the stock's down 40, 50% in a day. And that stock's gonna keep tanking. You can take what we call a put position, right? So you can go on the option side of things and maybe buy a weekly expiration and buy a put that might be, maybe the ticker's trading, for example, at a 26, maybe buy a $25 put. And as the stock's dropping, that percentage is going to only increase in value. So therefore, you might not be able to take a short, but you can buy a put. And you can make 10, 20, 30, 40% on the way down. You actually get higher gains through options rather than the percentage gains on the actual shares themselves. Super basic. I know many here are probably like, yeah, we got it, Spud. We do that daily. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful for a lot of the rookies and beginners that are, attending the session. If you see a ticker going down, you can buy puts, options channel in a server. Harmony Trades runs all that for us. He's phenomenal. He's always finding 50 to 100, 200% plays in a day. I don't know how he does it. Guy's a beast. He just continues to find those consistent gains on the options for the team. But anyway, we're going to get into this session here. First ticker, RIOT. So, guys, this thing bled yesterday, and that would be an understatement. And to be honest, it wasn't just yesterday. This thing has been going down from the 60s 3 or 4 weeks ago when Bitcoin hit 60K. I think there were some analysts saying RIOT should trade with Bitcoin, as in share stock value. So if Bitcoin's at 60K, RIOT should be at $60. And clearly that's just not the case anymore. I think there were some big name shorts who came in and took reports. That didn't help the stock. So really this thing has been bleeding. It was down 37% in 5 days, just the last 5 days alone. So I said, this thing's due for a bounce. And so yesterday, I kind of want to run through this chart here. We pick up yesterday here. Right here. So we opened the day at around 9:30. Got up into here around $26. This was a great short. I actually took a short in here because the market was so red and this was green. So I figured, okay, we might have some blood today. I actually covered down in here. Actually went long right here at 24 because of this candle here, right? You see how this 2380 was a support line? I figured, okay, that was strong support. That's sort of first level, what we call first level support. So I tried a first position in there. I got stopped out here. The next big support, if you look, is right around the 2250 range, 2250 range, these candles. See how it dropped here during pre-market, dropped again, then big buyers came in, dropped again, big buyers came in again. So I said, okay, maybe I'll try a position in here. 2260, I'm going to try and swing from there. That seems like a strong support. And then honestly, guys, this thing just broke everything. The SPY broke down. Bitcoin started getting absolutely smoked. But I didn't panic, guys. I didn't panic. I had a large position in here, a ton of shares in here, right in this support level. And I said, okay, it might bounce back. So it bounced a little bit. I didn't want to sell on the cat bounce here. And then it dropped again throughout the day. But which was good is this had higher support. See the top of this candle here says about 2137. 2137 was the high on this candle. Guess what? That became new support here, 2140 on this candle. So I said, okay, maybe we're seeing some higher lows intraday. Maybe it recovers end of day. And all of a sudden, I alerted this could be a great swing play in this area. And so, a lot of folks bought in this range, way better averages than me, which was up here in the 2360-ish range. It closed up in at 2270. I was excited. After hours, we got some big buys, which tested this 2340 range. See how this resistance here is 2340, right in here? That's where the big block sells start to come in. That is where you want to sell. So if you're a buyer, you want to buy the dips, sell the rips, right? You've always heard that saying. So this is strong resistance, 2330. So if you're trading after hours market and it hits 2350 here, it's going to come back down. And what do we see? Next morning, this thing came back down, or actually that night. Then today, the SPY was cranking, Bitcoin recovered, right? Where is the range? Where do we want to shoot for on a price target, right? We loaded yesterday in the 22s. We're up 10, 15, 20%, but where do we sell? How do we maximize value? Pretty simple, guys. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart that we're looking at, right? See how 2695 was before the sell-off the day before, was the top of the peak the day before, right? We call this a double top, right, the day before. So if you're a bull today, where do you ride that thing to? Let me tell you, 26, right? This peaked at 2680, right in this zone. See how this is double top? This is what now we call a triple top. Resistance at 2680 to 27 here, 2670 to 27 here. And so that's where you want to sell. So the first, bulls, smart bulls, lock their profits here, 10, 15, 20% on the way up, right? Then we start to get a decline, big blocks coming in, some sell orders. Then this thing approaches this again at 2680. Now, if you're a short, what do you want to do here? Let me tell you guys, you want to short here. This is now a 1 top. This is now a 2 top. This is now a 3 top in the last 2 days at 2680, 2690. There's strong bear support there. That is where you want to short. You take a short here and you ride this puppy all the way down intraday, mid-level, right? But now if you're a short, where do you want to cover? How do you want to maximize your gains? You're up 5, 6, 7% here on the way down from the highs of today. Almost $2 full in share value. Where do you want to cover? I'll tell you exactly where you want to cover. See how this top of the candle right in here is 2485, right? Before this next big candle. That was today, right after market open. That is personally where I'd like to cover. I'd play it to the T, to the penny almost. And what happened? Look what this chart did today, right? It literally went to the penny, 2483, right below this candle, right? You see how that? And then intraday, I call this an intraday washout, right? Doesn't mean it's a weak ticker by any means, guys. This thing had a phenomenal day, 17% on the day. This is where you'd want to actually then buy and go long on the stock for maybe 3 to 5% into close. So you want to buy on the candle right here, right? See this trend line? We're going to want to buy right in here. We're going to want to sell a rip. I actually shorted into this. I rebought into this a little bit, made a couple grand there. And then really, I just stopped watching this ticker the rest of the afternoon because it sort of made its 2 moves for the day. The up move, the down move, the little up move. I hope that's really helpful in terms of how to think about a stock. Like, okay, where do I want to sell? Where do I want to maybe short? Where do I want to buy? Like, you have to be thinking through all these things, right? Don't think what should I do? Think what others are going to do. Don't hope. I call it the hopium train. Don't hop on the hopium train, guys. You want to be buying dips, selling rips at all times. Don't hope a stock's going to go up. Look at the chart, right? If there's strong support here, it might bounce, and it did. So that's a great sort of bull scenario here on RIOT. This was an unbelievable print for the team today in our Discord, Spud Zone official Discord. If you guys aren't subscribed, I highly suggest you do it. Phenomenal plays all day long. This was the big one for today for sure. The next ticker I want to cover is IHT. There's been a lot of talk about this. I'm getting a lot of DMs around this ticker name. Okay, up after hours, nice here. Been a lot of DMs on this ticker name. This thing has just held strong. Kind of reminds me of a young BTX or RHE. The ones we've called for hundreds of percentage gains here. I mean, if you just take a look at the 5-minute chart of the last few days, right? 3 or 4 days. Actually, this is 4 days here. Look at this, guys. I mean, guys, I cannot stress this chart enough. This is a perfect learning example for when to buy, where to sell. I mean, you could just make money every day playing this chart this week. Let's just take a look. We go back to Monday, right? 5/11. I think that's Monday, right? 5/11, 13, 12, Tuesday then. Whatever, that works too. We see a low here in 534. See a low here at 530 again. And we see a monster rip up. Peaks here at 840. Then it drops again, right back down the 5 here. Low 5s, consolidates, rips again. Where does it go? 845, but peaked at 890, but 845, right? Now we got a double top. Consolidates, double top, triple top, quadruple top. Dumps again. Let me guess, guys. Where does it dump to? 530 again in after hours, right? Next day, where does it rip to? 850, right there. Now we got a quadruple top, right? That's the next day. Where does it dump to? 570 in here, higher lows, okay. Where does it dump to again? 6 higher lows. Today, where did this run to today? It's dumped all the way down to 620 here, which there was some support in there. Then it actually ripped high. Where, this is my short example, right? So where would you want to short this, guys? Where do you guys want to short this? You want to short this at the double top. So anything above 8 would be a nice starter position on a short, sort of cover down in that 6 range. So there's a lot of range in here, right? These are 10, 20%, 30% volatile moves. So when a ticker's dropping, like that doesn't mean it's weak, right? You just want to make sure you catch these stocks at the right buy-in entry. You don't want to be buying in the 8s. You want to be buying in the 5s, 6s, selling in the 7s, 8s, right? That's what the chart did all week long. People probably just played this intraday. I didn't focus on it, but if I was, that is what I'd be doing. I'd be making 10, 20% scalps all week on this ticker name. This will be a top watch next week. If it sits in this range, we could see new highs up to 10s. But those key breaks, as I mentioned, are going to be those 850, 860 range, 840 ranges. And shorts seem to have this one on a tight leash here. And they're putting size and they're rejecting all those bids here in the 840 range. So, that's going to be a key watch for me next week. If that breaks that, maybe 850, maybe even 9 on a clean break, I'll probably take a position in the high 8s, low 9s. Maybe ride that to 10, 11, 12s. But, I'll watch it. Maybe I'll put it on the watch list. But just want to make an emphasis, emphasize on a point here, right? This is where you want to short. You want to short on those peaks, and you want to cover on the dips. And as I mentioned, there's 2 types of shorts. There's smart shorts that want to take a position here and cover in here. And there's dumb shorts that, I'm just going to take a position. This is way overpriced. I'm going to hope that it goes back down the 3s. That's just how you get burned. Naked shorting is how you get burned. You have to have a plan on a short, just like you have to have a plan when you buy the dip and sell a rip. It's not just, I'm just going to take a short here because I think it's going to go down. You have to actually read the chart, see what a ticker's going to do, predict the move, make your cash, move on, boys and girls. All right, last one here. It's Friday. I've been going for already 30 minutes here. 15 minutes, sorry. Coin, ticker coin. A lot of DMs about this one too, guys. I don't know what to say with this ticker name. It's just, there's a ton of analysts that said they want to go long the 250s, 270s. You see them price targets of 400, 500, 600 roll around. I've yet to see a day, maybe once, when Kathy Woods, the big ETF holder, when she said, we're just going to continue buying, and that stock went up 11%. That was the one day where I was like, wow, finally, that was a strong bounce. This ticker's been bleeding from the 400s, from the IPO day. And so really, realistically here, today I made 2 plays on this. I overnighted calls. I quickly got out of them in the morning. I think I was up 50% in the morning, and then all of a sudden I barely could get out. This thing started to free fall on me. I think I locked in 7% gains. Excuse me. Just got absolutely beat up. I was so pumped. Pre-market action, 5, 6, 7% green. I thought for sure I was going to make 50 to 100% on these options, and I was like, pretty pumped. Big day. Overnight about 20,000 in calls, and I was like, this is going to be a nice morning wake up with some coffee, and no. So I had to adjust my plan there. And then I always had this ticker on the tape all day. And so I made 1 play on it towards about 1:50 p.m., 2 p.m. here. And this is a large cap, right? So you're not shooting for 5, 10% gains. You're shooting for 1, maybe 2% moves. And this was we saw a big buy after ER in this 257 range right in here, right? So today the stock kind of just crashed. 256 was the low, 256.50 to be precise. I bought 2,000 shares at 257 right in here. And I said, okay, SPY's cranking. This should get some type of short covering or even some block buyers in the close. We saw those two candles here, some nice size, 250K here. And I sold right in this peak. I sold 2,000 shares, 1,000 at 63.50-ish. And then I sold 1,000 shares at 62. And that was my only scalp on this ticker name. I made about 10,000 profits on this ticker name today on the long side of things. But guys, long term, I'm pretty bullish on this name. I mean, these guys, this company crushed revenue. I mean, $1.8 billion in fees that they're taking from folks trading the crypto markets. If crypto is expected to continue to grow like the way it's growing, guys, and it's not just a fad, this company could potentially double, triple those revenues, and we could start seeing $300, $400, $500, $600 a share. I mean, that's long term, 3 to 5 year roadmap, I'd assume, maybe even sooner. But there's a lot of volatility on this name, guys. A lot, Wall Street's, they don't know what to do with it yet. As you can see with the action per day, it's up to, down to, up to, down to. I mean, they don't know what to do with this name. It's got a $58 billion market cap. It's a freaking whale of a market cap. I mean, it's bigger than tons and tons of S&P tickers. So S&P 500 tickers. So, you gotta ride the waves with this one. Try and catch bottoms. I don't know where bottoms are going to be. I don't think anyone on Wall Street knows where bottoms are going to be. But only thing we can do is follow the trends. 250s seem to be a good add-on spot for here. There's a lot of coverage down in this area, a lot of block buying down in here. But there has been some selling too, some selling pressure on this ticker name. So I'll be watching it. I still, have a little side love for this ticker name. It's got a lot of hype and momentum around it. So I do want to catch the ride up whenever it is ready. Sort of reminds me of the ballpark of ticker Snow. If you guys remember that highly anticipated IPO. That one had a ton of love out of the gate, sort of crashed, consolidated for a few months. And now now it's kind of ripping higher. So I might see that similar pattern with this ticker name here on coin. But yet again, this also probably has to rely on, interest in crypto. I don't know the crypto markets that well. I know there's a lot of love and hype for all of them, all these coins and stuff. I'm not too familiar with all of them, but if they're making those kind of revenue names, definitely keep it on the watch list as maybe a long-term portfolio hold. Awesome, guys. So hopefully today's session was helpful. Supports, resistances, I covered shorting a little bit. And, at the end of the day, guys, everyone has to trade your plan. Not everything's going to work out. Not everything I alert and server is going to hit. My goal at the end of every trading day is to have a 70 to 80% success rate on alerts in the server. I mean, that's just what I want to do. That's how I want to beat out 80 to 90% of the day traders around the world. I've turned 15,000 into 1.7 million in around 12 trading months thus far. I want to continue to, beat personal expectations. But at the end of the day, guys, I really want to help teach and coach all of you. This is why I'm running the YouTube sessions. This is why I'm in this server daily for 15, 20 hours a day. I want you guys to do well. When I see everyone post their gains, their learnings, that makes me feel really good inside. That makes me go sleep at night. That makes me go have a good weekend. I created this server for the community, for the learnings, for the education. And I'm going to continue sharing my strategies, continue learning with you guys. No one's an expert in the markets. You got to really just learn by going through it, right? Learn from your losses. When I take big red days, I sit there. I'm like, why did I take a big red day? Was it the markets? Was it my entries? Was it my exits? Did I chase? Did I short something too low and then it explode? Like, you have to think about it, right? You have to learn from your losses. That's the only way you're going to get better as a trader or an investor, right? If you can learn the side of charting as an investor, as a long-term swinger, long-term, investor, like those are just awesome, skill sets that you can acquire and obtain and use for your investment from a fundamental side or technical side, whatever it may be, right? So anyway, guys, long story short, have an awesome weekend. Please let me know in the server, is this helpful? Are these sessions helpful? You guys learning a ton? Anything you'd like to see me cover more? I didn't want to get too technical here. I tried to do very basic, what to look for, how to buy, when to sell, things like that. Hopefully this session's helpful and you're following along, guys. Awesome. Really appreciate it. Look forward. I'll be around for the next 10, 20 minutes. Feel free to drop some questions, DM on YouTube, or DM via its server or the main trading room floor, where thousands of folks speak. If you're not subscribed, please click subscribe. We already have 1,700 subscribers, and this is only my third session. So hopefully we grow this to 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers, and we really, grow this thing and make it a great learning platform. Anyway, have a great weekend. Cheers. I'll be having a beer. Go enjoy yourselves, guys. Proud of you guys. Great week. Tough week. No, I wouldn't say great week. Tough week. Good finish.